Heyo, my Planet Zoo friends, Johnny5 Alive here, and I am joined with Farana.
Hey!
And welcome back to another episode of Zoo Spotlight. Today we have 3 amazing habitats to show off on the Komodo dragon. So stay tuned and let's check it out. All right, welcome back everybody. If you guys are new here, be sure to smash that subscribe button. If you end up enjoying the video, leave a like and come join us on Discord. And speaking of Discord, Farana is one of our moderators.
Woo!
Thank you so much for all that you do in Discord, Farana.
My pleasure. I enjoy it, so it's fine.
Awesome. So if you guys do pop into our Discord, come say hi to Farana. And with that said, let's check out the first creation of the day. The Dragons Lair, created by Amora, one of our Discord advanced builders and Ruby patrons. Thank you so much for your support, Amora. And here she says, just my habitat for dragons. First time trying an Asian theme. Not sure if it panned out, but I'm happy with the outcome and the practice of building outside my comfort zone. Hope you enjoy. Boom. All right, let's jump right into it and take a closer look, shall we, for Rana?
Yes, that looks interesting already.
As I've mentioned in previous episodes, this is a contest. That's why you're seeing 3 for each episode. And so there will be a little information notification in the top right corner. You can click it now or wait to the end of the video when it pops up. But you will be able to vote on your favorite creation. So check out all 3 creations in this episode today and vote on your favorite one. And the winners of each voted video will go on to a winner's bracket. And we'll have something for that as well. So you guys are essentially the judges, but things we're looking for, we can see an overhead view here, but it is one habitat. But we want to see how much you can do with it, right? Like overhead walkways, viewing areas, information, and as we can see, all of that is really good. I even like the fact that she's gone out of the way to color all these.
Yeah.
The trash bins, the donation bins. I didn't even know you could color these, to be honest. It looks way better.
Yeah, it fits in really well.
Frames
I like that
for the
little trim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really nice touch. Because it's not like that by default, so... custom information signs, that's really nice. So this is her first time taking a stab at Asian. How do you think she did, Farana?
It's definitely Asian, and it's really good. Lots of viewing places as well.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it all looks really cohesive.
Definitely.
I really like that.
And it's a lot of overhead viewing. I'm not really sure if there should be a ground level viewing. The Komodo dragons are pretty small, but I guess you can see them. I guess what I'm thinking is it would have been nice to have some lower ones, right? Mm-hmm. Get the guests a little bit closer to the Komodo dragons, but they are a little bit aggressive, aren't they?
I guess so.
They hiss and
Ooh,
snarl.
I like that waterfall.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice. Where's it coming from? There's just... Oh. It would be cool if there was like a reason for a waterfall to come out there, but it looks really nice.
No reason's good too. I like the way it looks.
Yeah. It is really, really nice.
The build's a bit of a backdrop. It looks good from here, but yeah, it doesn't have a whole lot of interaction. Like, it would maybe if you made it bigger and had staff facilities in there or something, so the staff comes out the bottom, which is also another thing that I'm curious about is, okay, so you do have the staff facilities down below. So kind of what I was looking for, what I was saying. So, but having that integrated into the building would have been kind of neat. I mean, I guess it's underneath the building, but it's not really a part of it. But every habitat needs staff management. So this is definitely something to consider when you're voting, right? How much effort did they put into their staff? I think that's a good way of hiding it, and pretending like it's part of the building is kind of cool there. But the viewing is great, the information's great, the Asian builds are amazing. It's all overhead viewing, so it's very cool. Let's take a closer look at the actual habitat here, where the Komodo dragons get to wander around. So how many...
Quite a lot of space.
Assuming this is all a null barrier, because it's all kind of hidden, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We go to habitats. There's 2 habitats in here? What's this one? I wish there was a way to shrink this window.
Yeah, it's a bit big.
So this one has 4, and this one has 2. So I didn't realize these are separated. Oh, it's just because the gate. Interesting. So, but how does, if it's just, is it separated by, oh, it's separated by the creek.
The water?
But they could swim across that, so how's that not setting off alarms? Oh no, it's separated here at the rock bed. So if they were to walk through there, the alarm would go off because there's probably a null barrier. So it's divided in two sides, which is fine, I suppose. Why not? I'm curious to know.
Does it have any purpose?
Well, yeah. I think the purpose would be. Let's see here.
Yeah, to split them off if there's too many of one.
Exactly.
Like the male.
Komodo dragons does not. Wait. How, here we go. So the size is 1 to 2 plus children, right? So that would make sense. That's the reason by dividing it, so you can get twice as many. And that's actually like a smart thing to think about when you're doing these things, such as your grizzly bears. You can only have 2 plus a cub. So if you're doing that, like having 2 areas for your grizzly bears just gets you twice as many, right? So I definitely like that.
Yeah, it's clever. Clever.
Oh, very nice creation. Any final thoughts there, Farana? You know what? I just noticed the waterfall comes down into the thing.
Oh, yeah. I really like that. Adds a lot to... I don't know how picky the Komodo dragons are. I haven't built a habitat for them yet. But I do feel the waterfall definitely adds a nice element to it. If it wouldn't be there, it would be a bit... I guess lacking something. So that's really clever.
Yeah, for sure.
Well done.
Yeah, very good job on this one here today on Mora. And with that said, let's go check out the second creation of the day. Lubang Naga, created by Mick Ars, one of our Discord builders. And here they say, Lubang Naga translates from the Indonesian as dragon pit. This is a zoo built using very, very stylized Western ideas about the Asian themes. I'd love to see more of them come into the game later, because next to the classical, this is easily my favorite theme in the game currently. The exhibit animals were just to make the dragon pit a bit more realistic, immersive experience. So we have a few snakes put into the same reptile house building with plenty of education boards and wall decorations, ambient noises, lighting, etc. Hope you enjoy looking around Lubang Naga as much as I enjoyed building this corner of a zoo. I may well come back and move some of the path edging bamboo and expand this into a real zoo with all the bells and whistles one day. All right, very nice.
Cool.
All right, let's jump in. So here we are. I love the signage. That's something that I'm looking for in each of these creations, and I think that's something you guys should consider while you're doing your voting. So we have this nice entranceway, gardens, shops, tickets, I guess. There you go. And that takes you into Lubang Naga. There's a nice little pond. It's a great way to welcome everybody. So what they were saying here was that they're doing a Western style Asian. I don't know what that means.
I think, Indonesia. So that's another architecture style.
Right.
Less colorful, I would say, compared to Chinese, for example.
Gotcha.
More wood.
Okay. So this whole showcase here is the reptile house. Now, I gotta say, like, what you did here on the outskirts looks really good, but the reptile house itself seems a little bit plain. Doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a little bit like a box shape.
Yeah, it's a very flat roof. It's very boxy. There's not a lot of windows or decorations or archways. And so why not incorporate this style into the building here, or at least this style with some, little bits of windows and stuff like that. So a little bit plain on the outside, but let's see what the inside is, because it's an indoor viewing area. So he said that we had some snakes and different things in here. So there we go. So we got
That's
some exhibits and some frogs or something. Oh, no, more snakes. Neat. And here's our overhead viewing for the Komodo dragons.
Okay. Well, I really like that it's combined with an exhibit area. I do like that, to tie it together with other reptiles.
Yep.
And skylights are nice.
Yeah, I like the windows up top and the windows are on the side. However, as my same feedback for the exterior of the building feels like the same on the interior. I think what you want to do is really hide the windows, or not the windows, but the walls as much as possible. So have that like ivy growing up the wall, like almost to a point where there's almost no more wall left, and then just like vines and things hanging out, and just make it feel like bushy, right?
Yeah.
Really green. You can have like ivy hanging off these windows and stuff, growing all the way up the wall, like I said. And if you just did that alone, suddenly this whole room would feel immersive, right? Right now it's just feeling a little bit like a, like a gymnasium or something, right?
Well, yeah. Like I said, I don't know specific how much Komodo dragons want in their habitat,
Right.
but even if they don't want a lot of foliage in there, you could trick it by making the barrier a bit smaller and then do the extra foliage on the walls anyway, so it doesn't include in their habitats.
Right. Or you could just do it and like I find that like I find that like if they're not exactly happy with it, they're not dying. It's not gonna really.
Isn't that one of the requirements though?
I don't know. When I did my habitats, like the bears didn't like a lot of the things I put in there, but it never made them miserable. They were very happy. So, you know, I put all sorts of stuff in there and they're like, this is too much for me, but they didn't complain, like they didn't seem unhappy about it, because the parameters of the animal itself, in terms of its like if its nutrition's good, its social good, its enrichment is good, you can take a little bit of because even the habitat itself, like your temperature is going to be good, your cleanliness, your terrain. So if the plants is like 0%, their overall welfare is only going to take like a 20% ding, right? It'll be at like 80% because everything else here is 100% except for the plants. Right, so even if the plants was at 0, their welfare overall would still be at like 95%. So
yeah, true.
Like you can literally just do what you want with the plants, and they're not going to be unhappy. So yeah, so I think it just needs a little bit of sprucing up, but I love the idea of indoor. So you get the bonus points from me there. I think it's creative. It's something different. And the building has some nice shape to it on the outside. I would have almost made this the front. You know, it looks better over here than it did on the entrance, right?
Yeah, there's a bit more going on.
But see, what you did it here.
Oh, that's the ivy.
Yeah, do that everywhere on the inside and more around the building as well. We just had that one side there. Nope, but
I agree.
A very strong effort here today from McArse. It's a fun name. I love the entrance as well. That's you put a lot of work into that, so. Yeah. I think if you could just get the interior of that building and just some of the exterior to match that quality, you got a really strong habitat. Yeah. Cool. And it's starting to rain, so let's get on out of here to the next creation of the day. Komodo Dragon Habitat, created by Wolf117, a subscriber. Your rank's not showing up here. We'll get that sorted out later. Hey, Johnny, this is my first spotlight, and I'm still a beginner at building. My habitat turned into a really small park themed to Asia. I thought it would be cool to split one big habitat into 2, which allows for more Komodo dragons to view. That's funny. That's what we were talking about in the first creation. For some reason, the guests won't go to the habitats. I've tried removing things and adjusting the paths, and nothing really did anything. Thanks for checking it out, and I appreciate any feedback. All right, let's look into this a little bit. So here we are. I gotta say, this entrance area is phenomenal. Wow.
Yeah. First thing I said was wow as well.
Yeah, unfortunately you guys didn't hear that. Wow.
Well, I can reenact it again. I said, wow. That's pretty.
Wow, indeed. I love all this. This might be a little bit heavy on the outside. In terms of like, they wanted feedback. I would just like raise and lower some, and it makes it feel less heavy. You know what I mean? And even just rotating some, sinking them in. See, it's already starting to look a little bit better, right? That randomness. It's gonna grow a little bit taller near the sides, I think. Yeah. But it looks really nice, nonetheless. Just a little bit like a tweaking, right? Just to give it a little bit of polish there. But I think it's better to have all this and go ham with it. And even though it's looking repetitive, it's spectacular looking. So you definitely get points for, you know, really pushing the details of your entrance. This isn't even the exhibit. This is just the entrance to the exhibit. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's part of it, right? Making sure, just like that last creation, the second one, nice pond, welcoming sign. You get to see what you're entering before you enter it. And I feel like that's the one thing that might be needed here. Like a little water wheel. We're going into a Komodo dragon house, but we don't really know that. It would be kind of nice to say that here. I think the font that you get in this game by default is really nice. So let's go on in. They were saying that the people won't view the Komodo dragons. Let's see if we can figure out why. Oh, look at that. Okay, I was wrong. That wasn't even the entrance to the habitat. It's the entrance to the food court. So, I mean, I guess you could have had a sign saying food court, but not necessary. That's a really good building.
Yeah, and I like that you just come out of that tunnel and you enter a new area, and the first thing comes to your mind is, ooh, this is pretty, this is nice.
Yeah, all the
I
little
like
red
that zoning.
canopies and
Yeah,
definitely nice.
well done.
The palm trees are a little bit off though. Right?
Off?
Yeah, is this I don't know, feels out of place to me.
Isn't it tropical?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like the zone that they are from is tropical, right?
Is it? Okay.
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. I just assumed Indonesian. Oh, it must be tropical.
Maybe. All right, so these are the actual viewing areas. So there's the two, and there are.
Oh wait, it's another.
There
another
are
one, sorry.
no guests.
I was confused.
Why?
Which animal? Sorry.
What? Why aren't the guests coming down here? They just like the food so much. There's something
just stay
strange
there.
going on with this. Okay, so you got upper areas. That's cool. They're still not coming up here either. I feel like maybe your food court is just so elaborate that maybe they're not interested in anything but the food. But that is curious, right?
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is.
Yeah, there's some issues going on with the single-sided glass, or maybe that's intentional.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have never had this issue yet, so I don't really know. And also, I said Indonesian, I meant Chinese, so sorry about that.
Oh, no worries.
But yeah, this is curious problem.
So the staff buildings are kind of hidden back here behind this big wall. I don't know how I feel about that. It's a little strange, but it's hidden.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, why not make it into?
I would lower the wall so you could still see like the rooftops because they're nice buildings, right?
Yeah, it does add.
But
something to it.
yeah, so if the wall's like about here, you would still kind of see that in, some sort of environment back there. So yeah, this is really curious why the guests aren't coming down here at all. Is this staff pathing? Maybe?
No, it's not.
Yeah, it
The
wouldn't
staff
be.
has an icon on it.
Go down there, people. Go. Well, if anybody knows, leave a comment down below. I've never
Very
seen this.
weird.
It's very absurd because there's pathways, there's viewing, there's donations, there's information. Why in the world wouldn't they not want to come down here?
Yeah,
What's the parameter
ATM.
causing them to not come down here?
there's information signs as well, so they, they always crave for education, so it's here. Go get it, I guess. They're not even trying.
It's very curious indeed.
How many animals are in the habitat actually? Don't see a lot of them.
7.
Oh, that's quite a lot.
I think that's too many. Maybe that's the actual reason. 8. Maybe they're like afraid to watch them fight. They're like, I don't want to go over there. Animals are fighting, but they're actually all
lots of
babies.
tiny ones.
So there's only 2. That's actually okay. I think once they grow up, you have to get rid of them, right? But you can like stop the aging or whatever. So, so what do you think of the actual habitat itself?
Well, it is nice. There is a lot of foliage at the end that makes it a bit more lush looking. I mean, yeah, I do like that. Although it doesn't capture me as much as the previous shop area.
Exactly. I almost feel like it's almost like 2 different builders made this, right? You have captured this amazing scenery, and this is where the Komodo dragon should be living. Like, why not integrate this kind of like randomness and nature of it all? into here, whereas this is like very modular. It's very square. And I'm not a fan that both sides are almost like replicas of the other. I guess this one has overhead viewing, but I would have tried to do something a little bit different with the two areas so that they don't match at all. Maybe one is the overhead viewing and it's all in the jungle, and then one has like, you know, underground viewing or something different, right? And then with that, I would have reduced the amount of wallage that you have and just brought in more of that nature. Because if, let's just say this was the habitat here and you had a couple glass viewing areas here and then maybe like one over here, that would have been great. And then they just have all that freedom to live in this wonderful jungle. And this is just feeling a little bit too man-made and like a cage, honestly. Right?
Yeah, a little bit more, yeah, indeed. I'm thinking how you could make this area a bit more decorated.
Well, I think it's just the layout issue, right? Like you should approach it like you're doing an area like this, and then just drop them in and put your fences down.
Yeah, more organic shapes to a habitat.
Yeah. It feels like you made this square and said, how am I going to decorate this? Where you should actually make an area and say, how am I going to get my walls in, right?
Yeah. That's a good tip.
A little bit too boxy back here, but everything else looks amazing going into it. So I think this is like master quality work right here. But this is feeling a little bit drab. So and it's not working for you. So maybe try reapproaching it and seeing what happens. Right? I'm really curious to know why the guests aren't even coming down here at all. Maybe there's like a null barrier or something, but how would I even check that? Is there a way to see invisible barriers? Go into barrier mode? I mean, I would see it, right?
I think so.
Yeah, something weird's going on there. Oh, come on. Go on in there. Our first guest. Nope, they're terrified. What?
Why are they not going? It is so weird.
It's
the dragon's statues that are frightening them.
I'm wondering if that building is doing something.
Well, staff is going in.
Ah!
Oh, yep.
Nope.
Nope. No.
Weird.
Wow.
So weird. All right. Well, there we go. That's all our thoughts for these three creations here today. If you guys want to vote on your favorite creation of the three in this episode, there will be a pop-up in the top right-hand corner right now. A little information dot. Click on that. Vote on your favorite creation. The winners will go into a winner's bracket and face off for the top 10 overall throughout this entire contest. So very good stuff today from Amora, McArse, and Wolf117. Really great creations. What did you guys think? Leave your comments down below. And thank you so much for joining me here today for Rana.
Yeah.
And we will see you all in the next video. Bye now.
Bye now.